You was at the scene when Tupac got shot. So if anybody know how bad his injuries was, you do. So with that being said, Suge Knight, he said in an interview before that, after him and Tupac got shot, him and Tupac was talking the whole time. They was talking and joking the whole time. He even went as far as saying that when they got into the ambulance on their way to the hospital, him and Tupac was talking and joking the whole ride to the hospital. How you feel about him saying that?
I don't I don't think that happened. You know what? I don't think you can trust a word that comes out of that guy's mouth. I think he doesn't even know what reality is. But I mean, for a guy to take serious hits like that, I mean, they may have spoke. Um, I don't know what was said, but as far as laughing and joking, no way. I don't think so. A guy in that kind of condition is not going to be laughing and joking. And I know Tupac had been shot before uh, in New York. That's correct, right? And of course, but those weren't fatal shots. You know that, and I understood that when the ambulance was taking him away in New York, that he was giving the finger to everybody as he left. So I'm like, oh, okay, it's where he goes, man. That's what he does. But so it wasn't unique to me. But I can't see those guys laughing and joking. Suge has just said so much crap. At this point, if he even had if he even said the truth, it wouldn't mean anything because he said so much. He's probably put out about 10 different people now that he says were responsible for the death. In fact, when he was going through a divorce, he made a big announcement about who the killer was, gathered a press conference and said it's his ex-wife who did it. And I'm like, oh, Jesus. So if you're going to blame somebody for a murder, you might as well go for the ex-wife, right? So he's talked so much crap, and then he's also said uh, Tupac is in Cuba, which is BS. And I'm supposedly the guy that somehow got him to Cuba. How I would have managed that, I have no idea. But yeah, I
Right, right. Because Suge, he said in interviews before that after Tupac got shot, he asked Tupac, was he okay? And Tupac replied and said, are you okay? You got shot in the head. So could it be a situation where Tupac, he did get shot and it takes a while for the bullets to settle in, for Tupac to feel a real effect? Could that be the situation?
I have talked to a lot of people who've been shot, and strangely enough, a lot of them say, at least originally, it didn't hurt. It happened so fast. With Tupac, though, I mean, he's so seriously wounded, and I think, well, I know now what was happening was that uh, he was shot through his lungs, and his lungs are filling up with blood, and he's losing his ability to breathe because he's drowning in his own blood. Um, I could see where maybe in the first few seconds, there might have been like, "Are you okay?" No, are you okay? Because Suge is, I mean, he's gushing blood from his head. It looks bad. As it turns out, the bullet didn't penetrate his skull. But I mean, from just looking at it right then, yeah, it looked real bad. I was wondering how he was still, running around doing what he was doing. But I could see maybe like right away for that first moment, there might have been that, how are you? How are you? We've both been shot. But I don't think that can go on long. If it happened quick. And I think Tupac's situation was too serious to keep laughing and joking through the whole thing. I mean, let me tell you, it was bad. I mean, when I got, of course, I'm only getting to these guys like a minute, 2 minutes after he shot, and he's barely hanging on to life at the point. So if he said something in jest, it must have been quick.